Hey everyone, welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3, and as per usual, I had another recording incident. So I've played about another 50 minutes into this, and the quality was bad. I'm thinking my issue is not just the graphical settings, but probably also the length of how much I'm recording. I was recording for an hour straight, or 50 minutes straight. Maybe the length of it really screwed up with the visual quality. I don't know. Either way, what I'm going to start doing now is recording for only about 20 minutes at a time. So if you see some really harsh cuts, that is the reason why. So what I'm going to do now, if this episode survives, then you've probably already seen it, and this was really, really good. But this is just me going through the motions and hoping that this actually sticks, because I've played this part about 3 times now, I want to say, and it's getting old quick.
Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad and twice as ugly.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
You again. Get rid of them.
For some context, I just went to the right path. From last episode, there were diverging paths. We just went right up the hill. That's where we find our situation in now. So this is kind of interesting in that they have her captured. Now, I know that Githyanki were used for to do the Mind Flayer's bidding. They were enslaved. I understand that. What I don't understand is, do they not know that they are free now? Because what I'm reading from the situation is that they think that she's dangerous, or that she needs to be killed, or remain in captivity. So I guess that would only really make sense if they believed she was still doing the bidding of the Mind Flayers, which should be obvious that she's not. But at the same time, Lae'zel doesn't really help her case by making an argument that she isn't with the Mind Flayers. I just don't understand the hostility that's happening here. So I'm just gonna ask, rather demanding for a woman in your position, why should I? Like, why would I even say that? Like, I've been through hell and back with this woman on that ship. Without her assistance, without my assistance, both of us would not be where we are now. So why would I say anything like that? Like, rather demanding in a woman in your position? What? You would think after what we've been through, there would be a sense of camaraderie. Camaraderie. Next is deception. The creature is dangerous. Get out of here. Leave it to me. This is something I would go for just to get the tieflings out of here, because for some reason it's not giving me a chance to explain to the tieflings that she's not enslaved, or that she's, acting on her own accord. She's not with the Mind Flayers. We also have persuasion, which is a +5. Shoot the trap down. We must kill it before it harms someone. Now this is a dangerous one, because this would have us choose to either kill the tieflings or Lae'zel, aka Alize. I don't know. I'm just confused. I don't get it. I would imagine at this point we know that the Githyanki are not working for the Mind Flayers. Or if we don't know that they are, why isn't Lae'zel saying that and saying, like, I'm not working for the Mind Flayers? Like, why isn't there more conversation? Anyways, let's try deception. Hopefully we get this roll. I've got them all. I've got them from the last time I played. Let's see me screw this up. If this save were to work, oh, it still goes through. Good.
He's right. Let's go. We need to check out that blast.
A blast, I could use more specifics.
You didn't hear it. Shook our camp good, so we came for a look.
I see. Okay, so they're referring to us. Persuasion, I'm in dire need of healing. Where's the camp? That is so funny. It's like, we are total strangers. There was a blast. They see us. And if I ask this, I'm in dire need of healing. Where's the camp? They can't put 2 and 2 together and think that I'm part of what happened to that ship. But let's try it anyway. All we need to do is beat a 1, so again, even more pathetic. Anything will do here.
Northwest. Look for Nettie. Whatever your wound, she can mend it.
And be careful. There are goblin traps everywhere.
Nymessa, come.
Enough gawking. Get me down.
Now that they're out of earshot, sure. I just don't understand why the town, okay? We've been through a lot together. You know me, all right? I mean, sure, we're not best friends and we're not kin of my kin,
Enough dawdling. Get me down.
but we're certainly not enemies.
Questionable intellect. Unsurprising.
What?
Release me, or enjoy a future as geich.
What is your problem?
Mind flayers. The atrocities we are becoming.
Okay, well, becoming there's no hope for us, is there? Yeah, sure. Let's just get her out. It's ridiculous. What is with your attitude? You're acting like we didn't, just take down a whole ship by ourselves.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Lies. Just get rid of her.
Okay, what's your deal? Like, alright, I have to say this every single playthrough, but every single time I try to re-record this damn thing, but I can't help but thinking, what is her deal? What is everyone's deal? Why does everyone want to have a knife to each other's throat? I don't get it, Shadowheart. Do you think that she's working with the Mind Flayers after everything you have been through, after everything you have seen? It was a Githyanki dragon thing that attacked the ship, okay? It didn't just fall on its own accord. What is up with these people? It's like they can't put... It's like they can't have like two separate thoughts in their minds. They're just so, one way is the highway without considering all options. What exactly is creche?
It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter.
Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a geich tadpole, we must report to a caretaker for purification.
Interesting. Well, if you heard correctly, Lazelle, it seems like our friends here just talked about having a camp with a healer called Nettie. So we could use your creche, folks, or we could see the healer. We have multiple options, which is good, because when you use your words, good things happen. A simple thank you wouldn't go amiss, ma'am.
You may as well suggest a wyvern bow to worms. The cure I offer will suffice as thanks.
There is no need to put yourself down and call yourself a worm. I do not ask you to call me a wyvern, despite me doing the bulk of the handiwork back on that ship. I'm kidding, I know she's referring to her as a wyvern herself, but again, I don't get it. Like, okay, so if you posture yourself as this wyvern, so would the wyvern have to kiss the worm's feet after all the assistance you had? Twice now. On this wooden cage with, by the way, if I recall correctly, you had your greatsword on your back, and you couldn't get out of a wooden cage. What does that say about you as a wyvern? You must be a little hatchling for a wyvern, I must say so myself. We'll go our separate ways. Alright, let's journey together. Let's find this creche. Having multiple routes is not a bad thing. You are lucky we're playing an RPG and not a D&D group, because I'd be like, later, loser.
You are full up. Dismiss your weakest warrior.
Wait at camp, we can speak there.
Very well, but heed my words. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A creche must be near. I must interrogate this Zoru. Our very lives depend on it. I will be at your camp. Do not keep me waiting.
Whatever, just whatever. Let's go to camp and then let's just hope this damn recording saves, because these conversations have me irate. Gale? My only homie in the world, Gale? The only one who gives a damn, Gale? The one who might betray me, Gale?
Be with you in a moment.
Why are you setting your own mirror image?
Indulging in a spot of vanity. Handsome devil, aren't I? Be that as it may. Ceramorphosis. What does it make you think of?
The process of baking donuts. Until quite recently, nothing at all. First and foremost, that damn tadpole. If you're about to start a lecture, I am not interested. Quite recently, nothing at all.
Ah, yes. The good old days. Day 1, fever and memory loss. Day 2, hallucinations and graying skin. Day 3, hair loss and blood leaking from all orifices. Need to go on?
Yes, actually.
Day 4, excruciating pain as the skeleton and organs reform and reposition. Day 5, the host personality has disappeared. Fingers and toes and limbs elongate. I take it you get the picture?
Finish it off. I kind of want to know what the whole picture is.
Day 6, the flesh around the mouth splits to make way for tentacles. Day 7, a mind flayer is born. This is the annotated version, of course.
Then curious why we haven't experienced any of that. Now, oh, I didn't realize this. There's actually a scar on his neck right here. Most curious. So I've mentioned this before, and just to get it out of the way, I really do feel like Gale may be trying to pull a fast one on me. He wouldn't be the first to take advantage of my soft heart. But we didn't share a psychic link, my tadpole and he. Neither do I recall seeing him on the Nautiloid, nor was there a pod near him. And I was rescued by what seemed to be a Featherfall spell at the very beginning. So a part of me feels like Gale is trying to pull a fast one, and his kindness and his welcoming heart is but a mirage, a mirror to try to, you know, convince me that he's a good guy and enjoy my party. Is he stuck? Is he? There's always so many animation loops they gave them. Okay. This version was much more vivid enough for my taste. We should be having fever by now, graying skin even. And I feel like he's probably tailing us just to gain more knowledge about something before he ultimately breaks my heart.
Exactly. Our orifices remain blissfully unblooded, our heads remain clear, and our blood temperature normal. Any expert will agree this is abnormal.
Truly. Well, long live the abnormal. Can you explain why the symptoms aren't showing, and what makes you the exploit? Let's try, can you explain why the symptoms aren't showing?
That, alas, is where my knowledge fails me. A rogue might call it luck, a priest might call it fate. As for myself, I'm a pragmatic. I see the silence before the storm. Something to sleep on. We should get some rest.
Something to sleep on or something to keep us awake at night. Either way, I'm going to check on this recording, and hopefully this works out, because if not, then I'm going to have to play this over and over until my mind goes nuts. Let's speak with Asterion first, because we're going to have him leave the party.
I saw you getting a lecture from our magical friend. I have to say, I thought you'd look worse, but no. Not a tentacle to be seen.
None whatsoever. That's what everyone's saying. Is it so strange? I'm hoping it'll stay that way. Not yet. I could say the same about you.
Indeed you could. We're all doing surprisingly well, given the circumstances. I'm not taking anything for granted, of course. First sign of change, and I'll have to stop that pretty little heart of yours. I am open to suggestions. Knives, poison, strangulation, whatever you'd prefer.
Don't tempt me with a good time. It could be that we are the fated chosen ones, and with the plot armor, look at my eye expanding there. It could be that we're, protected by plot armor, therefore, we're not going to be leeched upon that easily. Also, I'm starting to think I should chose naturally black. For some reason, there's a bit of, purple here. I chose black, chose raven black for my hair color. And, I don't know, you're getting this weird sort of discoloration here. Anyways, I prefer not to die. A knife, that seems quick. Poison, that sounds painless. I don't know where you're getting that from. Try it and I'll spill your guts. Nope, we don't have to, there's no reason to be an asshole about things. Not sure, how would you like to go?
I don't think poison is for me. Nor stabbing, come to think of it. I always felt decapitation was a fine choice. One good swing and then nothing. But we were talking about you. What'll it be?
Yeah, decapitation sounds good actually. If I had to choose, I'd want the knife, make it quick. Poison, okay, these are just the same thing. Decapitation sounds good actually. A nice, quick, swift strike through the neck. Thus, it's all over into the good, big sleep.
A fine choice. Now, to use sword or axe, Or a saw? Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. This is all a worst-case scenario, obviously.
Yeah, and why would the saw be involved? The point is a quick decapitation. A saw would be painful. Obviously, but that won't happen. It can't. And you? How should I kill you? I mean, you know, we're just playing along, just having a good time. How should I kill you?
Oh, my boy. I'd like to see you try. Now, let's get some rest. The sooner we start tomorrow, the better our chances of keeping this hypothetical.
It's yes and, Asterion. Yes and.
Yes?
And I would like you to stay for in
Oh,
camp.
darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special.
Why is I'm like, ooh boy. Please stay here.
I guess I'll spend my evenings lounging here while you do all the hard work. It sounds awful.
I wish you could take more than 4 with you. I know that's pretty much the cap for a lot of RPGs in general, but you know, having a big party has always been something that I enjoyed modding in games like these. All right, let's get Lizelle. Let's get Alizé.
Abominations grow inside us. Our bones should ache. Our mouths should bleed. Yet we thrive. It is madness. Keep your rest short. Time is not our ally.
So I apologize for that, folks. There is a bug in the game that no matter how many times I've replayed this for the sake of recording, that just happens. You just have to see the floor underneath, but it should be a-okay now.
Chatter already? Tuskegee.
Tuskegee, you look so unusual, Githyanki. Githyanki are rare in these parts. How do you know so much about mind flayers? I'd like you to join me. Let's pick her brain, conversationally, of course.
I understand much beyond your comprehension. More to the point, I know the cure for our condition. It is imperative we locate a crash. You do well to observe more and question less.
I don't understand the character choice here. Like, why are you like this? We just fought our way through a mind flayer ship. By working together, we brought the ship down and we survived. I'm not saying that we should be kissing each other's feet. All I'm saying is I don't appreciate the tone after everything we've been through. There's almost like this disconnect about what happened and who your character is versus where the plot is going. You see what I'm saying here, Lizelle? Quite frankly, you're not making any real sense to me, and it's starting to piss me off. What do you know happens when we don't find a cure? Let's choose number 3, just to humor her.
Yes, in great detail. It starts with a fever and memory loss. Then you start to hallucinate. Your hair falls out, and you bleed from every orifice. Your bones will change form. Your jaw will split to allow room for 4 great tentacles. All skin will turn to gore and be shed to reveal new flesh underneath. Then you have ceased to exist, and a mind flayer is born.
Well, don't say, she doesn't have any flair for the dramatic. Try to suppress your rising panic. That's not what's going to happen. We will find a cure. That sounds awful. How are you so calm? She was not calm at all. She was quite exuberant. So we will say that's not going to happen. We will find the cure.
Words forged in steel. May your actions express the same metal. We must find my kind and be rid of the parasite. It's as simple as that. The first symptoms should have long since started, though. That is what puzzles me.
What do you suggest we do next? You look so unusual. You're worried we haven't changed. This is good news. Yes. You're worried we haven't changed, ? This is good news.
Yes, if you give it no further thought. But anomalies lead to surprises. Bad surprises. Besides, what hasn't happened may yet come to pass.
Yeah, I have a feeling that this parasite may think it better for us not to turn into mind flayers and to live among the community as ourselves, but still inhabiting our bodies the way that they are. I wonder if that's, probably something that might happen, like we get to choose to keep it with us and stuff like that. So it becomes more of a symbiotic relationship rather than parasitic. I don't know. At any rate, you look so unusual. Githyanki are rare in these parts. I would normally in my own personal playthroughs never really ask this question, but I know this leads to a series of other texts that people might be interested in, so I'm just going to go ahead and experiment and try it out anyways for y'all.
I expect I am your first.
Yes, I'd never heard of your kind until my capture. I knew of Githyanki, but never met one. I've crossed paths with a Githyanki before. I'm going to say I've never met your kind because I don't understand the hostilities. I don't understand why everybody hates them. I don't understand why she is upset with me. I thought I knew them, but clearly I'm missing something in the lore here, so maybe she'll tell me more about it.
I suppose I am as alien to you as you are to me. I know of your kind, but I do not often encounter them. That large, fleshy nose of yours looks like a mistake.
What was that about? I'm just asking about, who you are or what you do. Come on now, it isn't that large. As if your upturned bat snout is any better. Really, thanks for noticing. Be silent in the face of her goading. Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why she's being insulting. I don't get it. I merely was just asking who or what she is, because everyone has it out for her for some other reason. Maybe they just think she's a taller goblin. I don't know. But I'll just be silent in the face of her goading and have her just have at me, I suppose. If as long as she tells me more lore, then, just what it is, what it is.
Yes. Best to keep quiet, lest any drivel leak from your lips. No matter. I do not intend to stay long in this place.
Okay, thank you for telling me that. Your words have really inspired me to ask you if you'd like to join me.
It is done.
Great. Now that we've found out more about this weird person who, has joined our party. Okay, that's the thing I gotta just really stress about this game, okay? Like, I get it. All these characters have their own different personalities and you're brought together by circumstance. But if we were going to play that as a motivation, right? We also have to consider if the player, what is the purpose of the player having them other than being a participant in it, playing an RPG, right? Like, if you're gonna RP them as jerks, why doesn't my character just say, well, I can't trust you in battle, right? I mean, we have that meta sense that we're always going to be able to use these characters with their different classes and incorporate them in battle and, progress a story and yada, 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 and eventually they'll wise up and we'll learn more about them in the future. What I don't understand is from the jump, if you're going to have that stark disposition, then why not give us something to lean on as to why we should even have these characters in our party other than that we need them, because clearly these characters feel like they don't need us. This might be just a lapse in dialogue or a lapse in storytelling because it's early access, and in fact, I'd like to chalk it up to that, but so far, this hasn't been a pleasant experience. She leveled up, awesome, so she gets an action surge. Push yourself beyond your limits and gain one additional action. Accept. And now let us speak with Shadow Act.
I couldn't help but overhear. Well, alright, I could have helped, but didn't. Anyway, I feel the same. Other than the occasional mental exchange, it's almost as if we're not infected. The voice on the ship told me I'd become a beautiful weapon. What do you think it meant?
Anything's possible, but we still need to find a healer. Sounds like it had plans for us, obviously. Who knows? Could have been a hallucination. I'm just glad we're still alive. Maybe it's a compliment. Yeah, maybe it's a compliment. Maybe we're all beautiful weapons in their eyes.
Ha! Adorable. But your timing is awful. Whatever the Mind Flayer's plans were, those dragons spoiled them. That doesn't make our situation less dangerous.
Yes, obviously.
Either way, we can't take the lack of symptoms for granted. We have to find a healer. Well, I've said my piece. Get some rest.
Will do. Sleep like a baby, I think. As long as Gale is here. Well, no, I can't trust Gale. Honestly, the only person I can trust in a strange way, because he's supposed to be the more sneaky and, I guess, untrustworthy person by appearance, or I guess by default, is Astorion. I believe he has our best interest in heart. Gale, I mean, I have my worries that he'll backstab me, simply because it just doesn't seem like there's any kind of psychic link with our slugs in our brains. Shadowheart, I don't know. She just feels like you can't trust her, and neither does Lizelle. Anyways, let's sleep. Awesome. Okay. Well, here we are. Does Lizelle have? Let's change some stuff here. I really do enjoy the rush attack. Death's promise. When the spear misses its target, the wielder's next attack against the target is made with advantage. While I do like the +2 AC, I'm gonna go ahead and use this just to get her into battle quicker. And then for Lizelle, I'm gonna give her the battle axe. Let's just try it. I kind of like my frontliners to get in the mix as fast as possible. I have a tendency for when I play that my magic users, including myself and Gale at this point, are often out of position. So I just want to try this out and see if this works well. Oh yeah, for context, we were over here. We took this route. And we headed up the hill right here. Let us... Wait, where am I? I'm lost. Help! Okay, let's check out this.
Broken. Must have been here a while.
This wagon. Now let's head to this
shouting
place.
up ahead.
We should check it out, but be careful.
Yeah. All right, we will be careful. Let's move. In fact, let's move as a group. I wonder, is there a way to set positions like in Divinity Original Sin? I don't know if there is. What I mean by that is actually set up battle formations so that when we get into battle, everyone knows where to go. Yeah, it doesn't seem so, but we shall move ahead.
Open the bloody gate! Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders! That pack of goblins will be on us any second! What's going on? Goblins are on our tail! Open the gate, Zevlor, now! You let goblins here? Where is the druid? Please, there's no time! By the 9 hells! Open the gate! Cannon! No! Shit! Form a line!
Oh, are we in it? Are we rushing into battle? Is everybody in? Okay, I think so. Good, good, good. Wow. This must be the fastest I've ever gotten into this battle.